Doppelgänger.
Good morning, everyone out there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you are watching this show, a good day to you. It is the Omnia Sol art show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to TOSAS. I am your hostess of TOSAS, Omnia Sol. We've got a great show for you lined up tonight, today, to this morning, whenever you're watching. The theme of the show is Doppelgänger, as you heard in the intro, because it takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two to make it out of sight. Because in this episode, I did a visual experiment. As you may well know, this is a glitch art video podcast where I glitch various media from the archaic VHS to the outdated DVD to sometimes footage I take myself. But I got started in this analog glitch art venture when I purchased a Fluxus Duo with my friend Mitch to split the cost from glitchart.com BMPC? No, I think it's BPMC. Let me double check on that. But glitchart.com. He makes really cool tech if you are into analog glitch art. To add a little something special to your video art, you can get it. Yeah, it's BPMC because it's Big Pop or something. The MC stands for something. Anyways, I got a Fluxus Duo, which is a circuit bending glitch art device that you run the RCA cords, the yellow cords from either a VHS, VCR, or like a DVD player, anything, video game system, anything that takes the red, yellow, white AV cords, the RCA cords, takes the yellow of that. But the cool thing about it is that it's got two inputs and one output, so you can mix stuff together. So I thought, as a little experiment, what would happen if I take two of the same VHS, run it through my two VCRs into the Fluxus Duo, so two of the same input, one output, obviously putting in the tape at the same time. The times aren't going to line up perfectly, but how would that look? And I'm very excited because I got some very interesting kind of echoey glitch effects with the two videos on top of each other. So right now, like with the Pulp Fiction going, for instance, the two copies of Pulp Fiction, sometimes Vincent or Jules' face turns a little green and goes a little off as this kind of like residual reverb of the two different video inputs on top of each other, glitching the fuck out. The reason I kind of thought about this is, as a VHS collector and connoisseur, a lot of times you end up buying doubles because you never know. Videotapes are an archaic format. You never know when your tape's going to kick the bucket. So for your favorite tapes, it's nice to have a backup. For me personally, I have way too many copies of the first Pulp Fiction because, for whatever, it's not the greatest movie ever made. But people hate on Tarantino a lot, and it's not like, it's a good movie. It's a good movie, despite the problems people have with Tarantino, with the things his characters say, the amount of violence, some of the misogyny, and his overall foot fetish that he puts on display. Even in this scene that we're glitching right now, it's Vincent and Jules talking about feet. Quentin Tarantino's obsessed with feet. We all know it. But anyways, for whatever reason, I've seen the movie so many times that it's kind of become a comfort film for me. So whenever I see Pulp Fiction on VHS, which it was such a popular movie, there's a lot of VHS available. Anytime you go to a store that sells VHS, they usually have a copy. So I own about like 6 copies of Pulp Fiction on VHS. So what better way than this? What really inspired this is that at the work that I do, retail, we resell stuff, and we recently, for the longest time, we never took in VHS because like the theory was that no one would buy it. But then we had a collector who brought a lot of like rare anime and horror, a bunch of Godzilla tapes in, and we were looking up the value, and it's like, okay, well, a lot of this horror sells for a lot. People who ask for VHS want horror, so we'll take it in. And we started taking that in. It sold extremely well. Especially he brought in all his horror sold really well. All his anime sold really well because I was buying that. And even his he brought in some wrestling tapes. This guy came in, bought every single wrestling tape he brought in. So hopefully we're selling VHS again. The one downside is because we're selling VHS, we're looking up the actual eBay value and not just pricing them at $1, which I think we should just price them at $1. They're fucking VHS, and I like the market is me and a few other weirdos in Chicago. It's not a real market, and it's annoying to like go to a store and have to pay eBay prices. But anyways, the point of this story is I got a copy of Dune, and I already owned a copy of Dune, but I got the widescreen copy of Dune. And so I was thinking, like, the idea of the episode was, what if I glitch these two together and then do Dune times Dune, or Dune times 2, or something with that title. And then I realized I have so many copies, doubles of tapes. Why not take all the good movies that I have doubles of and glitch them? Which is not all of the good movies I have doubles of, but a lot of them. So we've got The Matrix, 5 out of 5 videotapes. Pulp Fiction, 5 out of 5 videotapes. Naked Lunch by Cronenberg, 5 out of 5 videotapes. Amazing movie. And Dune, 5 out of 5. And then also one of the Twin Peaks tapes I have doubles of. So 5 out of 5 videotapes is the rating for that. So that is the rating of the videotapes. But that's what we're glitching tonight. So thinking of came up with the name of the episode, Doppelgänger, because there's that great scene in both, I think it's in Fire Walk With Me, but in Twin Peaks, and then in The Return, you have the arm going, Doppelgänger. And it's such an iconic scene. Figure that'd be a good name of the episode. So yeah, it takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two to get a party right. Welcome to the episode Doppelgänger. We are going to go ahead and move all along forward to the segment of the show that you all know and love. It is time for What am I drinking tonight? All right, folks, I'm very sorry because tonight, for What Am I Drinking Tonight, I am drinking something that I drank on the show recently. I am drinking another cola with coffee. The of course, gotta go with the dark blend because it's the only one that's drinkable. I want to apologize because I feel like I'm running out of things to drink. Maybe the segment needs to evolve to something new, or maybe I just need to find some new things to drink because I feel like we just drank this recently on the show. But I'm drinking another cola with coffee because, I did the mint. I still have some of that mint cucumber water. I have some cherry bubbly, but I've already done that too. I'm running out of things to drink. Maybe in the future, I've talked about getting a P.O. box, expanding my horizons so that listeners at home can mail me beverages that I can use on the segment for What Am I Drinking Tonight. But tonight, we're sticking with a cola and coffee because I'm running out of things to drink. I had those awesome teas from Leslie at Moon Temple Tarot. I have drank every one of those on the show with the exception of I tried to do the Tulsi blend on the show, not realizing that that's kind of like a more like nighttime going to sleep tea. And that I was recording an episode one time and that was the tea I was drinking, and that just Made me take a very long nap. It was very good, so I use that now as kind of like a sleepy time tea. But I don't know. I need to expand my horizons. I need to get some more teas because we're running out of beverages to put on the show for What Am I Drinking Tonight. Maybe I need a new segment. Who knows? This is a fan favorite though. So I don't want to eliminate a fan favorite, but I also need to keep providing quality content on the Omnia Sol Art Show. So that is what am I drinking tonight? So this episode, or this week I should say, has been fraught. Fraught, I tell you, with technical difficulties. First of all, when recording the video for last week's episode, I was using my iPhone, which I've used for the past few episodes, with the DSLR app, because that seems to give me the best picture without any kind of rolling dark bar across the screen that I would get from my old camera from trying to film the CRT, because the app has the most customization compared to my other camera. But I'm back to using my old camera because that app decided not to save the videos I was working on. So I would be sitting there filming, glitching stuff out, making everything look cool for anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. And then when I stopped recording and I went to my Photos app, would not be there. The videos would be gone. It was like I never filmed them at all, which is not how the app should work. And trying to figure out what was going wrong, found a couple of reviews that said that bad reviews of the app that said, hey, I loved this app until I switched to a better iPhone and now my videos don't save. So this $5 app, or however much it was, is completely fucking useless to me now. So fuck the developers of that app. Sorry, not trying to be too negative, but it was like very frustrating, the amount of work I put into last week's episode only to have the video not save and have to switch back to my old camera, which occasionally does have a dark bar go across the screen. And we are going to just take that as a natural glitch, because a camera that has true scan, that you can film a CRT without getting any kind of interference like that, is anywhere from $500 to $1,000, or clear scan or whatever it's called. I don't have that type of money, so I'm going to stick with the camera that I already had. I got a flat screen CRT, hoping that filming off of that could eliminate some of the darkened bar rolling across the screen. Only to find out, got it delivered, got the TV delivered. It was like an eBay purchase. It never said that the buttons didn't work. It said that sorry, it doesn't come with a remote in the notes, but it didn't say that the channel buttons didn't work, so I could not get to the auxiliary channel that I needed to at all. So I got a universal remote, programmed the universal remote, got that all working, and then I was like hooking up the VCR, and it kept like going to blue, and I'd have to change the channel and change it back. And I was joking to myself. I was like, hey, I wonder, wouldn't it be funny in the kind of like everything bad that happened everything bad that's going to happen will happen kind of a way? Wouldn't it be funny if I plug in the circuit bender and this piece of shit can't hold a signal? And I was right. The piece of fucking shit, sorry for cussing, the piece of crap TV that I got, that is flat screen, true flat. I was going to name it Zane because someone wrote on it, Zane was here, before they shipped it to me. They conveniently photoshopped their little signature out of the pictures on eBay, as well as the crack in the bottom of it. They photoshopped that out. So just getting on my last nerve, because I went through all the trouble to get this TV to try to get it working. and then it can't hold a signal. The signal drops out. So I'm back to using my trusty Sylvia CRT that curves. I am just taking the curved video and I'm taking the bar across the screen as a natural glitch, because at least this CRT from whatever year it is a legitimate CRT, can handle whatever glitch art signal you throw at it, unlike this true flat supposed CRT from 2008, which as soon as the signal gets glitchy, it drops out and the screen goes blue. So worthless, completely worthless to me. So that was frustrating. That was very frustrating. The third technological failure of the week, the Walkman to USB that I was all excited about last week, that I was talking about, I'm going to make a Vaporwave album by ripping these cassettes, crapped out on me at the third day of using it. I changed the batteries. I tried just using the USB power. I tried everything. Doesn't turn. Worthless. Absolutely worthless. Scam artists sell that, apparently. So that fucking sucked. But I did acquire, on a positive note, you see, this is what I get for buying technology during a Mercury retrograde, because everyone knows Mercury retrograde is when technology and communication seems to crap out on us. And I made the mistake of buying technology during a Mercury retrograde, and now it's biting me in the ass. But anyways, one acquirement that is on a positive note, because I still am determined to make this Vaporwave album, because I made a couple songs and I really like them and I'm really excited for this album. I decided I'm not trusting a Walkman to USB. I'm not doing it again. I'm not getting conned again into paying for that and having it crap out on me again. Never again. I acquired a cord that is an auxiliary to USB, but it also, added bonus, has RCA to USB. So on the AV cords for VCRs or for DVD players, the yellow is video, the red and white are audio. So the red and white from a VCR, I can plug into this cord, which goes to USB, which plugs into my computer, and I can rip audio from VHS tapes. So now, not only can I rip cassettes, I'm waiting on a cassette player, because the boombox that I have does not have an auxiliary out. So I'm waiting. I bought a different cassette player that has auxiliary out that supposedly is stereo out, because I want that. Mono's fine, but for the type of project that I'm doing, I want stereo. But yeah, I can rip directly from VHS tape, so I can start making some Vaporwave music from my favorite cartoon intros. Maybe make some skits with different kind of dialogue from VHS tapes. So I'm very excited for that. Despite all my rage, I am still just a Vaporwave artist in a cage. Or in this case, in a studio. In a studio that has cooled down, fortunately, because I received the window unit AC to cool this fucking studio down. The fourth and final technological difficulty is I'm dealing with the cassette player not working. I'm already very frustrated. I'm already very in a bad mood. The window unit that I got for my room, I got an extension cord, and I ran that extension cord to the other side of the apartment, thinking that hopefully this apartment wasn't made by a complete moron, and that all the outlets aren't all on the same fuse. Hopefully. So that way I can have the regular window unit for the living room that cools down the majority of the apartment, and I can have my studio window unit running at the same time. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Unfortunately, the outlet closest to the wall of the window unit in the living room and the other outlet in the living room on the other side of the room, on the other wall where the TV and stuff is, the communal TV. Apparently, that's all on the same fuse. Blew the fuse while I'm dealing with this USB. So I was about to cry. I was not in a good place, but decided to take another extension cord that I had, and now I am running a even longer extension cord all the way from the back of the apartment, the kitchen of the apartment, because that's where I run my window unit for my bedroom, because that's like the only outlet in the entire apartment that's not on the same fuse, apparently. So I can finally cool down my studio, which fortunately it's small enough that Sunrise Studio doesn't take too long to cool down, but I can cool it down. It looks ridiculous having an extension cord running from the front of the apartment all the way to the back of the apartment. But what you going to do? The power was laid out by either the power in this apartment was laid out by a complete moron, or it was laid out by a sadist who just enjoys knowing that people in this apartment are suffering because they can't plug in more than like 2 things at a time without blowing a fuse. So there you go. Those were my technological difficulties of the week, but it turned out positive with this RCA ripper and with this longer extension cord that I can finally get some cool air and stop complaining about the heat, because it's going to be a hot summer. It's the beginning of summer is just upon us with the summer solstice, and it's already been the hottest June I've ever experienced in Chicago. Historically, one of the hottest Junes, probably. It's just going to keep heating up. Climate change is upon us, folks. But anyways, let's go ahead and play a song. I've been talking up this Vaporwave album. I only have 2 songs done. I've got a lot more songs on the way. I think the name of the album is either going to be Sunshine Tapes Volume 1, or just Sunshine Volume 1. Because I'm thinking I have enough ideas for songs that I think I can make multiple albums out of this. And the Sunshine Tapes will just be my Vaporwave series. But we're going to go ahead and play one of those songs. This song, ripped from a cassette and chopped and screwed, is called Love You Too. And I really hope you enjoy it. I enjoy it. I enjoyed making it. I enjoy listening to it. I actually have been listening to it so much that I need to kind of take it away from myself and put it in the Disney vault and only take it out occasionally when I'm working on the album, because I don't want to listen to it too much and ruin it for myself. But I hope you enjoy it. Love You Too is the name of the song, and we will be back with you after the song.
You
All right, so that was Love You Too by Omnia Sol. Sunshine Tapes Volume 1 coming probably in a couple months. I wanted to follow up the TV story by adding a positive spin to that. Since it didn't work for Glitch Art, I ended up moving it to my bedroom and got a little. I just moved for the time being when I'm not glitching DVDs. I'm going to keep my DVD player in there. And because I had to buy a universal remote for it anyways, the universal remote can be programmed to up to 3 devices. So I programmed it to the TV, I programmed it to the DVD player. So now I can watch Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift from the comfort of my own bed. So, even though I was very much a negative Nancy earlier, I just want to say there is a positive end to these technological difficulty stories. But we're going to go ahead and move the show right along to the second segment of the show. This is the part of the show where I read your fortune. It is time for Card of the Show. All right, so I'm going to shuffle these cards 3 times, and while I'm shuffling them, think about the question you have for the deck of cards, and whatever card we pull, that's going to be your answer. So here we go, shuffle number 1. Shuffle number 2. And last but not least, here is shuffle number 3. All right, let's see what the cards have in store for you. Looks like we got the Knight of Pentacle, which maybe I didn't shuffle enough. Let me check on that. I feel like I just got that. Let me see. Oh no! Last week we got the Knight of Pentacle. So I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle again. So just take the. If you really want the Knight of Pentacle to apply to your question, just listen to last week's episode and apply that to your question. We're gonna shuffle again because I clearly did not shuffle the deck enough. If we're getting the Knight of Pentacle 2 weeks in a row, that is not good. That's not good. We got the Wheel of Fortune. Did we get the Wheel of Fortune the week before? Yeah, we got the Wheel of Fortune the week before. Last week we got the Knight of Pentacle. We're not getting the Knight of Pentacle 2 weeks in a row. Unless, of course, I shuffle it these 3 other times. And if we get it again, it's just going to be the card of the show. Because I feel like if we get it a 3rd time in a row, since we got it last week, this week, and then on the second shuffle, if we get it again, that's a definite sign. Either way, it's a sign. So go back, listen to the definition of the Knight of Pentacle because it clearly applies. But the card of the show for this week is, oh, look at that, the 8 of Pentacles. This is, so either way, the deck wanted us to pay attention to the Pentacles. But the 8 of Pentacles is a very important card to me personally because it is my personal card of the Querent. There's a term in tarot that I'm blanking on that I think it's a signifier. I think it's a signifier where you pick a card that symbolizes you. And for me, that is the 8 of Pentacles. Because although I do mostly video art now, I started in art, in quote unquote fine art, in printmaking, specifically woodcut. And this card shows a person who is carving out pentacles out of wood and is making a bunch of copies, which also reminds me of printmaking, and hanging up these pentacles. So it's usually has to do with hard work to get the goal that you're trying to achieve. There is still work ahead, but by dedication, through your hard work, you can achieve that. So we are going to go ahead and find the book definition of the card, which is apprenticeship, a profitable undertaking, employment, commission, skill, handiwork, the arts. You need to master a new skill in order to succeed. A new period of learning is beginning. The skill you need is something hands-on, possibly in the arts or crafts. If you apply yourself, your new skill may lead to renown, employment, and commissions of your work in the future. So there you go. That is your card of the show. Get to work. It doesn't matter if you're watching on a Monday or Tuesday, whatever day you're watching, Friday, but here's your Monday motivation. Stick with it. Get to work. Learn a new skill. Do something with your hands, and prosperity will be forever at your beacon, if I'm using the word beacon correctly. Anyways, that was your card of the show. All right, moving right along, we are going to go ahead. Sorry, scooting my chair in. We are going to go ahead and play our next song. This was the second song that I made. Not sure where on the album it will appear on Sunshine Tapes Volume 1, if that is the name of the Vaporwave tape, but it will be on there. This song has a very long title. Let me look it up. fans of the show, fans of Twin Peaks will recognize some of the melodies that were sampled in order to bring you this song. But the song is titled Don't Cry Over Spilled Coffee, Make Cherry Pie. And the title I want to talk about a little bit is from, obviously, the references to Twin Peaks. You have cherry pie, you've got coffee, but the phrase comes from a phrase my grandmother used to say, my late grandmother. She always had this little kind of plastic, it was these plastic berries with this kind of tiny bucket with this ceramic milk coming out of it, and it would be together kind of like on like a, not a counter, but a little like table, like a little kind of decoration. And I always remember it as a little kid, that she would say that the story behind it is that sort of the same as like when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. The phrase that she would use is don't cry over spilled milk, make berries and cream. And I try to take that to heart when things don't work out. Try to alchemically change them into something better. The same way that I was fraught with technological difficulties, I ended up getting a cord that works better than my original Walkman, and I can apply that to my music by ripping audio from VHS tapes. Instead of crying over spilled milk, although I did cry over the spilled milk, I am trying to make berries and cream. And instead of crying over spilled coffee, time to make some cherry pie with this here song. That is going to happen right now. We'll be back with you after the song. Take care. Well, folks, the song was Don't Cry Over Spilled Coffee, Make Cherry Pie by the artist yours truly, Omnia Sol. We are getting towards the end of the episode, and interestingly enough, unplanned, but this episode, Doppelgänger, was right at the end, is coming out right at the end of Gemini season. Gemini season is over. We are moving on to the Cancer season, I believe, is the next season of July coming up, late June through July, Cancer season. And what a better time to do the Doppelgänger episode than Gemini season, I guess. But technically, I did it right after Gemini season ended. Regardless, because you got the twins, Gemini. Anyways, the summer solstice is upon us, so I thought let's have something summer related for our next section of the show, which is where I read from a book. It's time for words. It's time for words. It's time for words. So for today's words, in honor of the beginning of summer, we are going to go ahead and read the Orphic hymn to the Greek god of the sun, Helios. So this is the eighth Orphic hymn. If you want to read along, I am reading the Patrick Dunn translation from Greek. And it says the incense to use here is powdered frankincense. So if you want to do a little summer ritual this summer solstice, get yourself some powdered frankincense for your incense. And here we go. Here is the Orphic hymn to Helios. Hear me, blessed God, with the eternal eye, all-seeing, golden, shining titant, Hyperion, heavenly light, natural, enduring, sweet sight to all living things. On the right hand, the Father of the dawn. On the left, the night. You hold the mixture of the seasons, and your four-hooved steeds dance, swift of foot, with a rushing noise. Fiery, cheerful, charioteer, you ceaselessly drive the endless, turning path through the sky. You guide the worshipful ones to goodness and give your rage to evil. Your golden lyre holds up the harmonic cosmic course, leader of good works, youthful, attendant to the seasons turning, the world's ruler. You play the pipes, trailing fire in your wake, revolving in a circle, bringing light, all shining, life-bringing, fruitful, Paean, always young, undefiled, father of time, deathless Zeus, clear, shining on all, the eye that runs around the world, quenching the light, and then shining forth your beautiful rays. You guide us to justice, water-loving, Lord of the world, guardian of the truth, ever the very highest aid of all, eye of justice, light of life. O horseman, with cracking whip, you drive the four horses of your chariot. Hear my words and show a pleasant life to the initiates. All right, so that was the Orphic hymn to Helios, and I may not have pronounced everything 100% accurately. My apologies to Helios for that. But I hope that you enjoyed it, and I wish you all a happy summer solstice. I hope this is the best summer maybe of your entire life yet, because every summer is just going to get better, hopefully. But, you know, at least in the United States, a lot of people are getting vaccinated, and people can start seeing each other again. And that's great. It's the perfect time for summertime. So that has been this section of
It's time for words, words, word. It's time for words, words, words. It's time for words, words, words. Words, words, words.
All right, we are coming up on like 50 minutes of the show. This has been a longer episode than usual. So we are going to go ahead and close out the show tonight, whenever you're watching. But I really hope that you enjoyed this episode of Doppelgänger. I really hope you enjoyed the kind of glitchy effects we were able to achieve by taking two VHS tapes of the same VHS, putting them next to each other, and glitching them together and seeing what interesting effects we could achieve. If you like the show and you want to support the show, patreon.com/Omnia Sol Art. My website, which you can find all the links to my music, Patreon, all the episodes, the strips of my comic strip ZZZ that I published are all there. OmniaSol.art. On this YouTube channel, which you're probably watching on, unless you're watching on Side Street TV, please like and subscribe. If you're watching the show on Side Street TV, thank you so much for that, for supporting Side Street, because they're doing some really awesome stuff. And I am really fortunate to have my show share a space with some very awesome glitch artists. If you're watching on Locus Review, thank you so much for the support. The new issue of Locus Review is coming out soon, so be on the lookout for that. That should be a lot of fun. And I don't think I have any other announcements other than stay tuned for another episode next week, and I hope that your week goes really well. If you do like the show, even more than liking and subscribing, even more than supporting the show financially on patreon.com/Omnia Sol Art, please tell a friend. Please help me grow this show, because I do this show for my own existential well-being, but when other people watch the show, it means a lot to me. It definitely means the world to me. So if you like the show, tell a friend, get them to watch the show, and we can grow. We can form like Voltron and become an even bigger and better show than we are right now. But anyways, take care. Love you all. Stay safe. Stay happy. Do what you got to do. All right. Goodbye.